Everyone thinks that teens in our world today use alcohol, tobacco, or drugs to cope with everyday struggles. You may think they do.
But they don't. Welcome to the But They Don't podcast, a podcast for teens by teens. Join us as we cover substance use prevention, mental health, community conversations, and more.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of But They Don't. My name is Mallory.
And I'm Maggie.
Today we will be discussing vaping.
And how are you?
I'm doing all right. I would be a lot more happier if Holly was here. I really miss her. Shout out to Holly.
So, how's your first week of school been?
It's been okay, but I only have 2 class periods, so it's nice. I don't really my teachers might be listening. I love my teachers so much.
Yeah, I only have 3 classes, so I get to go home early, which is
Nice.
very nice.
Cool. That brings us to the article that we reviewed. We've looked over an article from thetruth.com and found some really interesting info about vaping and stress.
Many believe that vaping/using nicotine products can help get rid of stress.
Vaping actually increases levels of stress and anxiety.
So what is stress? Stress is perfectly normal. It's our body's way of responding to threats, annoyances, and inconveniences. This is done by releasing adrenaline, cortisol, and other hormones. This causes you to feel tense, on edge, and hyper alert.
Being overstressed can be dangerous, though. It can cause anxiety, depression, digestive problems, headaches, muscle tension, pain, heart complications, trouble sleeping, weight gain or loss, and memory problems.
Using nicotine stimulates natural stress by constricting blood vessels and increasing your heart rate.
Using nicotine too often increases this and puts you at a higher risk of problems listed before.
Bottom line, vaping increases your stress levels a lot.
Vaping does not relieve stress.
The relief you feel after vaping is just part of the withdrawal cycle.
And this cycle is actually vaping nicotine. You'll feel temporary relaxation, reduced stress.
Then you develop triggers. Pleasurable effects become paired with situations and emotions associated with vaping nicotine.
Then withdrawal occurs, which is a pleasurable effect that wears off. Nicotine withdrawal symptoms set in, may feel stressed.
Feeling triggered. Feel an urge or craving to vape nicotine to relieve withdrawal.
Last, loss of control. Need to vape nicotine to feel normal, and that's the cycle.
Quitting actually will decrease your stress and anxiety levels. Smokers who quit were found to have lower stress levels than those who continued to smoke.
Finding your natural high can be a good alternative to vaping.
This week's natural high comes from Jackson. Jackson would rather bake and listen to music than vape to relieve stress.
Yes, Jackson.
Shout out to Jackson. Love you. So, Mallory, what are some things you have noticed around school with vaping and your peers' habits?
I feel like a lot of kids vape, and they might think it relieves stress or whatever, but the kids who vape, they seem a lot more stressed out than I do. So I don't think that's really true. I feel like that's kind of like a lie, and it's just like an old wives' tale kind of. And I don't know. I see a lot of kids vaping, but all those kids, I feel like they do have stress and anxiety, even though people think it is a stress reliever, like other substances, but it just makes it worse.
I feel like vaping, especially when you're underage, causes more stress because it's harder to, get nicotine.
Yeah.
So if you run out and you start feeling withdrawals, it stresses you out.
Right.
It just makes things worse.
Yep. Pickens County Youth Board has a basketball game against Pickens City Police Department coming up next week, Tuesday, August 16th at 6:30 p.m. at Pickens High School. It is only $1 to attend, and it's a fundraiser to help us and the police department with other fun things in the future.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Instagram, we are PCYB, TikTok, we are PCYB, and Facebook at Pickens County Youth Board. Thank you for listening.
See you next week.
Bye.